everybody, Bandit here. Welcome back to the Bandit Flight Simmer channel. And today we're back in the Citation CJ4 by popular demand. I was going to start off the new year. This is the first flight back in 2022. I was going to start off by doing a trip in the Diamond DA62 in my Around the World series from Russia to Adak, Alaska on the Aleutian Islands. But as you saw by my comment, the winds were very strong winds out of the east. And normally it's winds out of the west, and I was looking at over a 7-hour leg, and normally it's a 5-hour flight, so it's tight on gas, and the weather in the Aleutians is always not very cooperative, so I thought I'd wait till the winds died down before I attempted that trip. So what I did is I posted a little question, said I would do a VATSIM flight today, and I gave you the choice of aircraft, and it looks like the Citation CJ4 won out, just squeaked out by a little bit there, 25% over the TBM and the Baron. And then the Kodiak was also in there, 19%. And then the last but not least was the Longitude. So it's going to be a trip in the Citation CJ4 on VATSIM. I'm in Boston right now. It's evening there, and I'm going to do a quick flight down the east coast of the US to JFK. So it should be a fun, quick little trip, about 5-minute flight, and should get us back in the CJ4. Okay, so let's hop in the aircraft. We'll get things initially loaded up and get up on our way. This is going to be one continuous video for the VATSIM experience. And so initially I'll just crank these lights a little bit, just so when I turn on the battery, it doesn't get too dark on us here. And so battery master on. I'll put the avionics master on. We'll get our standby flight instruments on. Emergency exit lights armed. Generators are ready to go. And I will initialize our position here. So let's get that set up. And I'm going to go up to the perf page. I'm going to turn down these screens a little bit. They're kind of bright. Maybe a little bit more. Turn it down a little bit more. There we go. That's better. Okay, so I'm gonna initially, looks like I was on HPA last time, so I'll go in the PFD menu and we'll cursor down to config, and we'll change it to inches. There we go. Yeah, that's still looking a little bit bright. Turn it down just a little bit more. Okay, and so that's set up. Our flight plan is in SimBrief, and it's going to be a quick flight. I'll just show you the flight plan here. So it's just Boston down to JFK, flying down Long Island, and it's going to be the SOC 6 departure to the Parch 3 arrival. It's going to be 22,000 feet. Flying time's 45 minutes. So I followed that flight plan, and if you go to the index page, if you remember, if you use SimBrief, you go to the next page and you go to route menu. If you link up your SimBrief, you can actually call up the flight plan and load it in. And it's the first waypoint here. There's two. We'll use that one, and I'll just check it's direct SOX. And next page. Buzzard SEY, so that's it. And we'll load in the arrival after. It's going to be off 33 left, that's what they're expecting, so I'll execute that for now. We'll load in the arrival after we get our clearance. So that is set. What I'm going to do is you can come down and you can put the airplane on ground power, just so you don't lose the battery power here. So you can do that in the index too. So I'll go next page under mod set, you got ground power. And you can turn ground power on. And I'll just leave that there. So that is ready to go. So let's log into ATC and get our clearance. ATIS is whiskey. The winds are 300 at 8, 10 miles, view 5500, temperature 2 degrees, 2988. So that looks good. Departing 33 left. Ground is up, so I'll call ground on 121.9 to get our clearance. So I'll tune that. 121.9.
Thanks.
Perfect. Call to push.
And we have ATIS. What did I say it was? ATIS is
United 53, ready for push and start.
whiskey.
9353, push at your discretion, advise right to tag.
Roger.
I turn that volume down a little bit.
One 1012, yellow 1012 is established. Have a good night.
Boston ground, it's citation November 456 Alpha Zulu at GA parking with ATIS Whiskey Airways to JFK.
Citation 456 Alpha Zulu, Boston ground, hello, clearance request, stand by, your number 2 line.
Roger. Okay, clearance on request. And ground, it's 456 Alpha Zulu. Can I start engines while waiting for clearance?
Yes, they start engine at your discretion, and I'll call you back.
Thank you. Okay, so we might as well start while we're waiting. So I'll get our nav lights on. And we'll go down and we'll hit the right start button and put the right engine in run.
Citation 456 Alpha Zulu, have your clearance, advise ready, copy.
Go ahead.
Citation 456 Alpha Zulu, you're cleared to JFK Airport via the SOC 6 departure, SOC staying on file, climb via the 6, squawk 1344.
Okay, clear to JFK, SOC 6, SOCs, flight plan, climb by the SID, 1344 on the squawk for 456 Alpha Zulu.
Citation 456 Alpha Zulu, can you second the squawk code, please?
1344.
Citation 56 Alpha Zulu, read back is correct, advise red stack.
Woke up. So 1344 is our squawk, so it's the SOC 6. Engines rolling up here nicely.
Ground Southwest 5150, am I clear to get taxi clearance?
And it's stabilized.
5150, you
I'll
ready
start
to
the
go?
other engine.
Ben ready?
5150, runway 33 left, taxi via Alpha Charlie, cross runway
And that
4
looks
left,
good.
hold
I'll put in
right
our
4 right.
departure. So 33 left. And
Just read back one more time, please.
SOC 6.
Southwest 5150, runway 33 left, taxi via Alpha Charlie, cross runway 4 left, hold your right 4
And
right.
we'll take a look at that in a second. Initial altitude is going to be 5,000 feet.
Taxi runway 33 left, using Alpha Charlie, cross runway 4 left, hold short runway 4 right.
I need the call time, please.
4 Southwest 5150.
And runway heading is 330. I'll put that in. So, number one's coming up nicely. Looks good. Stabilized. T's and P's are all good. Okay, altimeter is 2985. Pursuit 2988. Set that. And all looks good. So temperatures, pressures are good. I'm going to put my flap set. Takeoff. 5,000 feet, heading 330. That looks good. So I'm just going to go over the departure here real quick, make sure it's all loaded correctly. So it's going to be 33 left, and then track of 314 to Tech, Klausy, 5,000 or above, and we're initial climb up to 5,000 on this departure, so that's good. Then clear, and then colon, and then socks. I'm going to get rid of the one socks there, and then buzzard says JFK, so that looks good.
Delta 527.
So I think we're all ready to go.
That was Delta 527.
So departures in,
Delta 527.
or the
Delta 527.
departure
Boston
set up.
ground, hello, push at your
What I'll do is I will put
just to let you know that there's some noise on the background.
put my charts on here. Lower
It
menu.
looks like static.
I'll start off with our taxi chart. And we're up here at GA parking, and we're going to be probably taxiing down this way for 33 left, so it's quite a bit of a taxi for us. I'll put that chart in the background there. I'll put lower menu. I'm going to set up present position on here so we can see our route.
Delta 527 is better
So
now.
there's our route there.
A lot better.
So that looks good. So I think we're ready to
Delta
taxi.
527 pushed on discretion. I will advise for taxi.
Get our transponder on. Ground citation 456 Alpha Zulu at GA parking with whiskey ready to taxi.
Stand by.
Boston Center, Southwest, sorry, United 353, ready for taxi.
Okay, well, it's still a little on the right
Stand by.
side. Yeah, that's better. So another thing I can do is put my
Alright,
numbers.
who's ready for, who's calling for clear?
So I'll put in our perf data for takeoff. The winds were 3006. Temperature 2 degrees. And 2988. For the next page, we'll send that off for our rotate speed of just around 90 knots. Okay.
Southwest 5150 at Charlie, cross right 4 right, hold around 27.
33-0.
Cross 24
Meet
right,
our
holding
frequency, I think.
And the call sign?
Yep, Southwest 3150. Sorry, I was looking at my map.
Southwest 5150, no problem. The monitor center 134.7 today.
Okay, just waiting for our taxi clearance now.
1017, good day.
Boston Center, United 353, looking for taxi.
Where's ready for taxi?
United 353.
United 353, runway 33 left, taxi via Charlie, cross right 4 left, hold right 4 right.
4 left, 4 right, 4
Must have forgot
United
about us.
353, and we're taxiing on Charlie for 33 left.
Negative, sir. At Charlie, cross right 4 left, hold right 4 right.
At Charlie, cross 4 left, hold short 4 right, 4 runway 33 left for United 353.
Thank you.
Ground citation 456 Alpha Zulu at GA parking with whiskey ready to taxi.
Station 456, correct. Station 456 Alpha Zulu, runway 32 left, taxi via Bravo Charlie, cross right 4 left, hold right 4 right.
Bravo Charlie, cross 4 left, hold short 4 right for 456 Alpha Zulu.
64 Alpha Zulu, you were blocked. Can you second?
Bravo Charlie, cross 4 left, hold short 4 right for 456 Alpha Zulu.
Thank you.
Taxi light is on. And we're going to come out to the right. Parking brake is off. So
Bravo.
Bravo.
Aircraft, the frequency 8 is information X-ray is not occurring in Boston. Boston altimeter is 2988.
Another bizjet parked beside us there.
Boston ground, Southwest 5150, holding short, runway 33 left.
Who's this?
What's that?
Sir, I told you to monitor center 14.7.
Oh, yeah, my bad, I forgot.
Do you cross the runway without authorization 27?
Okay, so Bravo,
Yeah, I was trying to
And
figure out
Charlie.
where to go. Sorry, my bad.
You did, alright.
cross
Have a good
4
day,
left
sir.
but short of 4 right.
Yep.
So here we are, we're coming down Bravo. It's going to be coming down Bravo around the turn. Charlie, cross 4 left, hold short 4 right. And then we're probably going to continue down Charlie after that. So, bit of a taxi here. So we briefed the departure. Just show you that real quick again. So it's going to be tech, cloudy, clear, 5,000 or above. We're clear to 5,000 feet initial altitude, so that should be good. We got 5,000 feet in the window. Flaps are set for takeoff. Speeds are set. I think we got everything. So now it's just taxi to the runway. Yeah, it was a tight, pretty tight between the TBM and the CJ4. Continue right here. See the traffic, that's a United aircraft up ahead. I do use Aerosoft Simple Traffic, and you can
353 at Charlie, cross runway 4 right, hold short runway.
use a file to link that with traffic in
Charlie, cross
VATSIM.
4 right, hold short 27.
So all the
at
planes
Charlie,
look the same. They're the
933.
same type. Doesn't distinguish between like a 737 or a A320 or anything. But at least you can see the tails and see what the traffic is. So there's Charlie.
I didn't copy that.
Coming up here.
Whiskey American what?
American 1534.
Left turn. We're cleared
We're
across.
1534 Boston ground
4
below.
left.
Push into taxiway Alpha is approved. About ready to taxi.
So there's 4 left. We're cleared across. Follow the sky and hold short of 4 right.
353 motor the correction motor center 134.7.
134.7, have a good day. 933, bye.
So we're following this United aircraft ahead of us.
Citation 456 Alpha Zulu at Charlie, cross runway 4 right, hold short runway 27.
Okay, at Charlie, cross runway 4 right and hold short of 27 for 456 Alpha Zulu. So continue along Charlie, follow this guy, he's not moving too fast. And clear to hold short of 27 now. So basically we're on
Delta
Charlie,
527, radio
hold short of
taxi.
runway 27, and then we're probably going to continue down
Stand by.
here. So all the Aerosoft Simple Traffic look like A330s. We got the winglets there, they're kind of big. There's other traffic models out there you can download.
Citation 456
But this
Alpha
was-
Zulu at Charlie, cross runway 4 right, hold short runway 27.
Charlie, cross 4 right, hold short 27 for 456 Alpha Zulu. He already told us that.
Alpha Zulu, monitor tower 128.8.
128.8, 456 Alpha Zulu.
Actually, contact tower, I'm sorry, 456 Alpha Zulu, contact tower 128.8.
Contact tower 28.8, 456 Alpha Zulu. Okay, so come 1288. There's that guy there. Tower WestJet, or tower, it's 456 Alpha Zulu on Charlie.
Number 456 Alpha Zulu, runway, correction, cross runway 27 at Charlie.
Cross 27 at Charlie, 456 Alpha Zulu.
United 353 Boston Tower.
This guy is not going very fast. What I'll do is I'll put the SID in the chart page here. Okay, there's the SID. Can zoom in on that a little bit. Cursor up. Okay, so we can
United
see that.
353 Boston Tower.
I think he's trying to call that United ahead of us. Anyway, we're gonna continue. Tower 456 Alpha Zulu, I can take a Delta departure.
Alright, Roger. If I can get you past if you need it, but runway 33 at Delta cleared for takeoff.
Clear takeoff runway 33 Delta 456 Alpha Zulu, thanks. Okay, so instead of having to wait for this guy, Delta's right here. I'm just going to line up. We're clear takeoff 33. I'm going to put my landing light on, strobe light on, taxi light off.
Please. The captain has turned on the seat.
Pitot heat is on.
Please fasten your seatbelt and shoulder harness at this time. Thank you.
Flaps are set for takeoff. Clear to the right, and we're clear takeoff 33 left. So I think everything is ready to go.
Delta 1200 Boston Tower, good afternoon. Wind 280
Okay,
at
lined
Niner,
up.
runway
Heading looks
7,
good.
clear to land.
Hit toga. Full throttles.
Boston Tower, stationary.
T&Cs are good.
One Romeo Mike is
There's 90 knots, rotate.
6 miles from the Coast Guard station on the Piker Road.
Buzzer rate, gears up.
Number 301 Romeo Mike Boston Tower, good afternoon. Enter a right downwind for runway 27.
Speed is good, flaps up.
At the right downwind for runway 27, report midfield, 1 Romeo Mike.
Autopilot engage, flight level
And
change.
number 1 Romeo Mike, I got departing
220.
citation traffic for runway 33 left.
nav.
Going to be climbing quite rapidly ahead of you there. It's about 12
Set
o'clock
climb
right
power.
now, about 3 or 4 miles.
So gear is
I got
up.
traffic inside 1 Romeo Mike.
Flaps
Number 1
are
Romeo
up.
Mike, thank you. Maintain visual separation.
There's 2,000 feet. Flight level change, LNAV.
Number
Looking
456 Alpha Zulu, contact departure 133.0. Have a flight.
33.0, 456 Alpha Zulu swim.
Boston Tower,
330.
United 353, sorry about that, we were on center, we're holding short 27.
Boston, it's November 456 Alpha Zulu, citation off of 33 left, leveling 5,000.
456 Alpha Zulu Boston Approach, hello, radar contact, climb and maintain 14,000.
Climb maintain 14,000, 456 Alpha Zulu. 4,000, back to flight level change, keep the speed at 250. Oh, watch the power.
Boston Road, Delta Sierra 691, you at 6,000.
Delta Sierra 691 Boston Approach, hello, information, Quebec I believe is current, also don't take my word on that. Altimeter 2988, and left heading 180, expect vectors left runway 27 approach.
Okay, get back to climb power here.
2988,
We're flight level change.
7 approach 10, tag in the
250. I don't know why it's not
180.
climbing here.
and heading 180, Delta Sierra 601.
1. And information X is current.
Boston approach, skyline 5996 kilo, level 4,500.
So flight level
4,
change.
5, 596
50,
kilo, Boston
climb
approach.
power
Hello,
going
just confirm
again.
the airport.
Affirm 5996 kilo.
5996 kilo, Roger. You're looking to enter sorry, looking for a full summit
Go vertical speed.
Affirmative for skyline 5996
I
kilo.
don't know why flight level change is not engaging here.
6 kilo, Roger. Remain outside of the Boston Class Bravo airspace, and let me know which runway you'd like for Hampton Wind at 2503.
Roger, we'll remain outside Boston Class Bravo.
Okay, back to flying power.
Skyline 5996 kilo.
Scanning 5996 kilo, Roger. Join rod base, runway 29.
Yeah, I don't know why flight level change wasn't engaging there. Okay, anyway, we're in vertical speed now and climbing up to 14,000 on the departure. It's looking good. So gear is up, flaps are up. And everything looks good. Climb power, sorry, not quite climb power, but there we go. Climb power is set. Up to 14,000 and track is looking good. 1347, 456 Alpha Zulu.
No 6656, feedback, correct advise, number 1 at the runway, ready for departure.
Landing lights off.
No 6656, release for departure, clearance void at 2225, if not airborne by then, advise me of your intentions, no later than 2230, the time now is 2215, change to advisory, frequency approved, talk to you shortly.
All these volumes are...
It's Alia 608, cross Calverton, Charlie, 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 at and maintain 2000 and 250 knots.
So dial back the vertical speed a little bit.
2000 and 250 knots.
Altitude.
Road 608.
Thank you, and the Kennedy altimeter 29905.
Copy, altimeter 2995 with road 608.
Double 2315, clear Roebuck. Direct Roebuck 2315. FedEx 3518, maintain 300 knots or greater.
Okay, there's 14,000. I'll bring the power back a little bit.
Greater for spacing, FedEx 3518. Copa 311 for spacing, and also maintain 260 knots. Maintain 260 knots for spacing, Copa 311. Delta 5806, contact Boston approach 133.0, good night. 133.0, Delta 5806.
Boston, November 456 Alpha Zulu, citation level 14,000.
Citation 456 Alpha Zulu, Boston Center, climb and maintain photo 220.
Flight level 220, 456 Alpha Zulu.
Blue 7, radar contact 5 miles east of
220.
Kennedy, descend and maintain flight level 230.
Okay, let's see if flight level change works this time.
Double 2315, descend via the Roebuck 3 arrival, runway 27, Boston, altimeter 2988.
Back to climb power.
327 and altimeter 2988, double 2315.
Just climb power.
American 2302, cross Basie at
So it says flight level change 240,
2994.
but the speed is increasing, so I'm not sure what's going on here with the autopilot. Doesn't want to seem to be...
6656 Boston Center, radar contact over the Millinocket Airport, stay at altitude.
capturing the flight level change mode properly.
Thank you, Boston, checking in.
So I'm going to go to vertical speed, back up to 4,000 feet per minute.
Delta 1844 Boston Center, hello for space and Boston, maintain 260 knots, then climb and maintain...
Yeah, it's strange. I've never had that bug with the CJ4. I don't know if it's... there was a same update this morning. I don't know if that
Delta 2315,
caused a problem
Boston
here
approach
or
133.0, have a good day.
something, but I'm not sure.
Center 33 nothing, simply 23, still there, but... How about you? Number 505, Foxtrot, 133, taxi Alpha. Care 549 for Station Boston, turn right heading 140.
Sorry if the ATC is a bit loud, but
Correction, on the Roebuck 3, yeah, left.
try and turn it down a little bit.
Couple 311, turn right heading 140, back to space.
Here, there's transition. Says standard altimeter.
665, now the weather at Prescott, and you want the West Special for correct. 665, maintain 7,000, still established in the CAA, cleared RNAV, running straight approach.
Okay, let's get some weather for JFK. JFK ATIS is is Yankee, winds 290 at 6, 2 degrees, 2995,
Blue 7 for space.
31 left, or 31 right. So we'll see what we end up getting. There's leveling off at 22,000 feet.
Number 1058 Tango clearance. Actually, it's
So I'll get rid of the chart.
Let me know when you're ready to copy.
So leveling off, I'm looking for a true airspeed of, let's see what the flight plan says here.
Alright, number 1058 Tango, you're cleared through the Kennedy Airport via the Albany 7 departure.
True airspeed of 417.
Hotel Oscar Sierra, and then the calling to arrival. Maintain
So
4,000, walk
a little ways to go. Let the speed build up. So probably 300 knots. It's about as high as I can set. So I'll bring the power back to cruise.
Blue 7.
Okay, so I'll set my cruise power. And off we go. Okay, so we'll just watch the speed as we level off. Now I'll get the arrival loaded in and I'll get the arrival loaded in and then the approach. So let's see what we have here. So the arrival is Parch 3, and I'll plan 3, 1 left for now. So keep an eye on the speed. Parch 3, so arrival. Parch 3, coming in via SEY. And the ILS 3-1 left. And I'm just going to look that up and see if we need a transition. Trying to find the approach here. Okay, the ILS 3-1 left. And check our arrival. See if the arrival has any fixes on it that links up to the ILS. Doesn't look like it. So I'm just going to load up that for now. So we'll go to legs. So for the arrival, coming in via Parch, and then it's Calverton, Charlie, Charlie, Charlie. That looks good. Then Rober, expect 9,000. So I'll put 9,000 in there. And Calverton, expect 12,000. Okay. So that's it for the altitudes. So those are expected cross altitudes, so I'll just put them in for now. They're not assigned altitudes. And then JFK for vectors, and then the approach is Zax, 2,000 feet or above. Yep. Then Meals is the FAF at 1,800 feet. And then the runway, and then the missed approach. Let's climb to 500 feet, then left turn to intercept the 217. Or sorry, left turn to intercept the it looks going to turn to 217 to chant. So okay, so the missed approach is loaded in there. Watch our speed is getting pretty close. Okay, so I have the arrival loaded in. Let's see if there's a top of descent on here. There we go, top of descent is right by Parch. So it looks good. Okay, I think we're set up for the approach. So I'll wait and see what we get clear for an altitude. So it's a nice quick flight. Let's just hop outside and see how it looks going down the coast here. It's always cool flying down this area. Lots of big cities. Yeah, I'm not sure why the flight level change wouldn't pick up the speed there for some reason, but generally you don't have many problems with the CJ4, but for some reason it wasn't kept accelerating except instead of going back to the speed that was assigned, and it was coded properly in the FMA here. Flight level change with the correct speed, but it was just wanting to speed up. It wasn't. It should go back to the. Should pitch up to go try to obtain that speed. For some reason it wasn't doing it. Not sure why. Okay, so I'll just go over the arrival with you real quick here. So the arrival, we're coming in via Sandy Point, Parch, and then you see these altitudes. It's 250 knot speed restriction, but it says expect 250 and 12,000 at Calverton. So that's not a published part of the arrival. It's not a hard altitude. It's what you can expect ATC to assign you. And then Robber, you can expect 9,000, and then it's just off to the VOR if you don't have anything. But you should be getting radar vectors prior to there for the ILS 33 left. Then we transition to the ILS 33 left, should be by radar vectors. So the approach, we need 1135. The course is going to be 314. Across the FAF at 1,800 feet, down to a decision altitude of 213 feet. But the weather there is just a few clouds, so shouldn't need to worry about that. Airport elevation's 13 feet. Missed approach, left climbing turn at 3,000 feet. Intercepted JFK VOR 119 outbound to Chant. And hold as published. So that looks good. That's loaded in there, except I think the let's see, it says 217 to Chant, so we'll have to keep an eye on that in case that doesn't code properly. See how it looks on the so if I go down to, let me see if I can remember how to do this. So if I check lower menu, Go down to plan view. And yeah, then if I go to we can cycle through. I'm going to change the scale on this. And then if we go down to MFD Advance. What, MFD Advance? So next waypoint, there we go. So now we can cycle through the waypoints. So there, need to show the approach though. So there's the approach. So that ends at the. So now I need to go and select menu, display menu, and we need to put on missed approach. Cross Calverton, speed 250 at 12,000 for Uniform Zulu Zulu. Okay, so we're cleared that. So the missed approach now. Anyway, we'll have a look at that in a minute, but let's get back to our 2995 456 Alpha Zulu. Okay, we'll go back to our plan. Position. And that looks good. So a cursor out. So our top of descent to cross Calverton at 12,000. You can see 12,000 in there is set. So I'm going to put in 12,000. There we go. 12,000 is set. I'll activate VNAV. So vertical altitude is armed. When we hit the top of descent, path should come available, and then we'll start our descent. Okay, so the missed approach, we'll just have to see if that's, it looks like it's off a little bit, but so again, I can go back to lower menu, back to plan. And if I look at that missed approach, it is, yeah, it looks a little bit off. So I'm just going to do it in heading mode, because it's not the correct radial. It should be the, if I look at it here again. So it should be the 190 radial, and it's got 217. So that's off JFK. So I'll just put in nav 2 JFK. So I'll put in JFK and nav 2. That's 115.9. And then on the course, I'll put 190 on course 2. And then if I have to, I'll just manually fly it. So it'll be climb 500 feet, left turn 3,000 to intercept the radial 190. So I'll do that. And JFK is pretty much right over the airport. So it should be aligned like that. So I'm not sure why that's not depicted properly, but that's why you check those things. I'm just going to center up my heading bug. These short flights in these busy airspaces get really busy when you're by yourself. Single pilot in these jets. Things happen pretty fast. Okay, I'm going to go back to present position mode. Top of descent is coming up in about 10 miles. So we'll get ready for that. Okay, you see path is now armed and it's predicting this rate of descent of about 1,400 feet per minute, looks like. So that should start our descent when we hit the top of descent point.
United 353 from Calverton at and maintain 1,2000, 250 knots. Kennedy altimeter 2900.
Speed up a bit. Hop outside, take another look again. This is Long Island, and that's New York's, comes into New York City down here. So beautiful night on the east coast of the US. Just a few clouds around. Temperatures above zero, not bad. Okay, coming up to Parch, coming up to our top of descent. You can see our path is starting to come in. And I'll bring back the power a little bit, keep the speed back. And we need to be 250 at that Calverton VOR as well. Back to legs, so Calverton 12,000, there's no speed in there. It's not going to do anything for us anyway. So we'll bring the power back and let the speed start slowly bleeding off. Said the altimeter was 2995 when we go through 18,000 feet. Get the taxi chart ready for JFK. Oh, so this should be a quick taxi. So we're going to land on 3-1 left, and then I'll just exit, and GA parking's right here. So it should be a quick taxi. Descent's looking good. Speed's coming back nicely. There's the bright lights in New York City off in the distance. Beautiful sunset. The live weather wasn't working for quite a while. Apparently it's fixed now with this update. Lots of issues with the live weather in the last few weeks, I think. Okay, I'll set the altimeter 2995. Speed's coming back. Should be 250, no problem at Calverton. It's right there. So when they put those expect altitudes, 9 times out of 10, that's exactly what ATC is going to give you. So you should always throw it in there to give yourself some vertical guidance. And if they don't give it to you, then you can just delete it. But I would say 9 times out of 10, that's what you're going to get. And sometimes it might give you an altitude that's close to that, like 13,000 or 11,000, depending on what the traffic flow is into the airport.
American 1534, were you able to go direct to Valerie? Everything good there? Good. American 1534, cross Daisy at and maintain 8,000. LaGuardia, altimeter 2994. United 525, contact Boston, approach 133.0. Have a nice day. Approach 133. November 9030, Papa Alpha, contact Boston, approach 133.0. Have a good day.
So I expect by Robber they're going to take us on vectors for the approach.
456 Alpha Zulu, contact New York, approach 128.1. Take care.
12812, 456 Alpha Zulu, Salam.
Boston Center, United 001, level 350, good day.
So 12812,
4723, Unit 1.
12125.
That wasn't for you, 191, direct Merritt, communication 171.
New York approach, it's citation 456 Alpha Zulu through 15.2 to cross Calverton at 12,250.
456 Alpha Zulu, New York approach, altimeter 2995, information Yankee director.
Okay, we have Yankee and 3-1 left for 456 Alpha Zulu. Yeah, we're going to GA parking there on the left side. So if you don't get what you want, just tell them what you want. So looking pretty good. It'll be radar vectors for the approach here soon. I'm going to make sure the ILS frequency is in there. So 1135. It should automatically tune that, but I'm gonna leave it alone and see if it automatically, because we loaded the approach, so it should automatically tune it. But I don't want to forget it. But once we get on vectors, I'll manually switch it over. So speed is looking pretty good. Coming up on 1,000 feet to go. Center my heading bug. Okay, so we're going to level off here. We'll bring the power up as we hit 12,000. These are nice quick trips to do on VATSIM if you just want to get a quick hour flight in. Okay, I'm going to bring some power up. Yeah, usually these flights, if you go from like Boston down to New York or Washington or something like that, it's to maintain 9,000, 456 Alpha Zulu. So 9,000. And yeah, I'll go, we're back in V path, so I'll just keep that going. Bring the power back, keep my speed at 250. And so it's going to have us, he didn't tell us to cross Robber at 9,000, but that's, the path is going to have us do that, so that works out pretty good. And then at some point we'll be on vectors. So a little bit of power, keep the speed up. Yeah, a lot of, if you want to get a quick trip in down the east coast here of the States, there's lots of airports to fly in and out of. Whoop, what happened? I put my gear down by mistake. I hate it when the mouse does that. So gear back up. Yeah, when you want to do other quick trips, VATSIM, really good places to fly is Europe, like Vienna to Germany, somewhere like that. It's really usually less than an hour in a citation, and you get in a nice quick trip. They're really busy too. Okay, coming. Still got a couple thousand feet to go. Speed's a little slow. Yeah, I'd say generally the most ATC on VATSIM you see is on the east coast of the States. There's quite a bit on the west coast, up through California. There's quite a bit of air ATC as well, and Central Europe and UK have a lot of ATC. So pretty reliably you can fly any of those areas and get lots of quick trips in on VATSIM. I know if you're just starting out in flight simming, it can be a little intimidating doing it, but they're pretty good for the most part. Just got to try it out. Okay, coming through 10,000 feet, get the landing light on. And that I have the seatbelt sign linked with that switch as well. So, looking good. Speed is good. Coming up to Rober. So if you go down here, you see from Rober it goes to JFK, which is over the airfield, but there's our initial fix for the approach. So at some point we'll just get vectored onto that. So going to level off at 9,000. I'll keep the speed up when we level off here. Hope the volume is okay for the ATC for you guys. It's really hard to try to set that, because what I hear and what you hear in the video is not the same thing. Okay, direct Zax 5000, 456 Alpha Zulu. Okay, so direct Zax, so we go direct to Zax, execute, down to 5,000. And you can see 2,000, and our V path is still active, so that looks good, and that's going to get us 2,000 at Zax, which is the altitude for there. So we have 5,000 set for now. So we're clear direct Zax, and then that line us up with the ILS. Still hasn't tuned up the approach yet, but we'll keep an eye on that. Okay, our path is coming in. We're a little bit below the path.
American 1534 to set and maintain 4,000. United 353, was that you checking in?
Yeah, United 353, we're 12,000, 250 knots, we're
This path is coming in.
United 353, altimeter 2995, information Yankee current, let me know when you have that, expect ILS 319.
Yep, we have Yankee and expect ILS 319.
So I'll put in my landing data real quick. So go to the perf page.
So
Approach winds were
Yeah, 3-1 left if possible.
winds were 2906.
Should I maintain 9,000?
2 degrees and 2995. You go to the next page, hit send, and there that sends your ref and your approach speeds over to the PFD there. Okay, so that's good. Path coming in nicely. Nice slow descent here. Yeah, I don't know why that ILS missed approach was coded incorrectly. So that's why you have to verify all the waypoints when you load them into the FMC, because if they're incorrect, then you're going to have to find an alternate way to fly the approach. Okay, I'm going to bring the power back and start bleeding off the speed as we get close to Zach's here. We're back on the path now. Yeah, so the alternate way, what I did is I put in nav2 the Kennedy VOR, and then we need to fly the 190, so I put that course in for nav2, and that's ready to go. We can just manually switch over to nav2 if we need to for the speed 220, 456 Alpha Zulu.
Okay, let's do 210 or greater, please.
Okay, 210 or better, 456 Alpha Zulu. So keeping the speed up, I'll keep 220. I want to keep an eye on that our, oh there we go, so it's changed over 1135, so that's the correct frequency, so that's good. So that should auto switch. Once we arm the approach, we should auto switch over to the ILS.
American 1534 cleared ILS or May 22 approach speed good discretion.
Let's hop outside and have a look. Flying down the shoreline of Long Island. These are the Hamptons. That's where all the multi-billionaires live, have their big houses, I think. Just a few hour drive from New York City.
Altitude.
Okay, 1,000 feet to go. Watch the speed.
United 353, proceed direct Zach, descend and maintain 5,000.
Maintain 5,000, direct tax, United
1534, contact departure 120.4.
I think that United guy behind us is the guy that was ahead of us in Boston there. So we kind of snuck in a takeoff ahead of him there. So speed is looking good. Gonna level off. I'll just add some power, make sure I keep my speed 210 or better. Almost at Zach's. So when we get on the ground, I'll exit at the first high speed. And to the right, and then we should have a short taxi after that.
Endeavor 5352, near conversion turn right heading 190 to join 221
Okay, you can see our localizer 1135 has come in, and there's our course of 314. Looks good.
6 Alpha Zulu, Zach that are above 3,000, you're cleared ILS 31 left, 210 or greater, full above.
456 Alpha Zulu, Zach's at or above 3, cleared ILS, 31 left. And speed 210 till advised for 456 Alpha Zulu. Okay, so 3,000, I'll set. And I'll go vertical speed. 210 till advised, 456 Alpha Zulu. So keep the speed 210. I'm going to arm the approach. So approach is armed. We lost our path because we got above the path there. So I'm going to target to get back down. Watching the speed.
Endeavor 5352, descend to 3000, please. You're going to try again.
Okay, we're getting back on the path. 4,000 for 3,000.
Altitude.
Okay, we're below the glide path.
You want a Kilo Echo?
Localizer is armed.
Lux 793, runway 31 left, then Kilo Echo quickly.
There's JFK there. It's 2 parallels. We're landing 3-1 left. So we get back on the path. So the altitude's captured. I'll keep speed 210. Localizer should be coming in here.
Endeavor 5352, turn right heading 2.
Power up a little bit. So we're below the glide path at 3,000 feet. Cross Sax. Speed 210.
For 1058 Tango, expect ILS from a 31 left approach. Information Yankee is correct. Let me know when you get that. I have Yankee. I expect 31 left approach, number 105.
Okay, we're making the turn. Localizer is armed. Okay, glide slope is... Localizer's captured, glide slope is armed. So we're looking good. Once the glide path comes in, I'll ask them if we can start slowing down. So we're clear for the approach.
Endeavor 2352 is 5 miles from Greco 2000 until established good ILS runway 22 approach.
Speed up. So as soon as I see the glide slope started coming in, I'll ask them if we can... Okay, 180 till meals, 456 Alpha Zulu. Okay, we can start slowing down, so I'll bring the power back. Put my gear down.
New York approach, American 145 is on the Lindy 6 arrival at flight level 230.
So 180 to meals, which is the FAF. So power up. Keep the speed up to 180. Here comes a glide slope. And I'll get our approach flap. Okay, there's our approach flap. And glide slope is captured. And 180 to meals. So gear is down. And flaps are at approach. And 180 to meals. Looking good. Localizer glide slope are captured. And we're just waiting landing clearance.
Cross the Lindy at 250 knots and flight level 190 for American 145.
Endeavor 5352, contact 120.4.
Okay, once we're by meals, I'll start slowing down to our final approach speed.
United 353, back center above 3000, your cleared ILS 31 right, speed 210 now.
Clear ILS 31 right and speed 210 for now.
I'm sorry, 31 left, cleared ILS remain 31 left, approach 210 now.
Our heading bug centered.
Outlook 793, radar contact.
Our missed approach altitude is 3,000 feet. Put that in. Okay, we're by meals. I'm going to start slowing down.
73 Mike Kilo. Runway 31 left, right on Alpha, and then Foxtrot Zulu, cross runway 22 right.
Okay, there's our final approach flap speed. So going approach flap, or land flap, sorry. Confirm clear to land 3-1 left, 456 Alpha Zulu.
6 Alpha Zulu, 3-1 left,
Clear to land 3-1 left, 6 Alpha Zulu. Okay, clear to land. Okay, clear to land, gear is down and flaps are at land. Full flaps, so looking good.
Turn left heading 060. 060. For 58 Tango, clear direct to your phone.
Okay, approach speed. power to maintain that. There's a better view of the runway. We are clear to land. Ooh, a little shift in the winds there. Just double check our landing light is on. Autopilot disconnect, flight director off. A little bit fast. Speed is good.
United 53 established in the left.
No need to report that.
Sorry.
Outlook 793.
Transitioning to visual.
Boston 7000 direct merit. Contact 793.
And touchdown. Wow, barely felt that one. Speed brakes up. Lower the nose gear down. Okay, I'll exit at the next turnoff up here. Brakes are good. And GA parking should be just up to the left here. So landing light is off, taxi light on, strobe light off, pitot heat is off. 456 Alpha Zulu, clear at Papa Alpha to park at GA parking. 5 Papa, thanks, good day. Left turn at Papa, get the flaps up, speed brake.
Turn right heading 170 and down to 16,000 for American 145.
Well, welcome to New York City. JFK Airport. This is one of the detailed airports in Microsoft Flight Simulator, so it's lots of detail if you come here, want to do a flight here. Lots of good gates and parking spots. So next right, not this right, but the next right, we'll head into GA parking. Well, thanks for joining me on the quick trip today. It was nice that the CJ4 won out in the vote there, because I haven't flown it for a while, so it was good to get back into it.
Boston Center, we clear to land. You never gave us landing clearance.
Oh, just overshot there a little bit. So if you enjoyed today's video, make sure you hit the thumbs up button. I really appreciate it. If you're not subscribed to the channel, it's a good time to subscribe and sign up for notifications. You'll see other videos like this in the various aircraft of Microsoft Flight Simulator, including a series where I fly around the world in the Diamond DA62 and I do some tutorials on the various aircraft. I'll probably do one on the Kodiak next. I recently got that aircraft and it's quite a nice airplane to fly. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, sign up for notifications. It's good to be back in the sim. Hope everything is working in your flight sim when you're flying. And again, thanks for joining me. Just get stopped here and park and call it a trip. So it's fun to get back into it, starting off in 2022. Hopefully you see lots of great things in the sim this year. I'm just going to sign off the ATIS here, or sign off the radio so we can get a little quieter. Here we go. So we're here in JFK. Shut down the aircraft real quick. So flaps are up, park brake is set, speed brake is down. We'll get the engines off, get all our lights off, and there we go. Here at JFK Airport. So again, thanks for joining me. It's good to get back into the flight sim flying, and yeah, it was nice to do another trip in the CJ4. I'll probably do my next trip in the Diamond DA62. Hopefully the winds die down. I can get that flight into ADAC. And we'll continue on. We're almost done that series of flying around the world. And then hopefully by then the 737 will be out. We can do some videos on the 737 from PMDG. So again, thanks for joining me. Pleasure having you along for the flight. And we'll see you next time in the Flight Sim series. So long. Bandit out.